Hello, this is Christelle. Christelle. It's the first time I ever made a mistake with my name. Christelle. I'm thinking of the crystals. Christelle Martinet, here with the scrying session for today, February 12th, a Friday. Now, the skies are overcast. It's raining. I'm here with my sorcerer, the wise marionette, and I really would like to. You're going to start with an amethyst, and amethysts usually have some very high vibrational. Um, it's usually very strong in terms of its vibrations, and perhaps a couple of sessions back, I talked about um, the potholes. You were walking along, and you had potholes. You saw potholes. I'm talking about today and perhaps the days around it. The upcoming couple of days, because what I'm seeing here is the development of not insidious, things that will ruin your days. No, what I'm seeing here is a bit of something that's unexpected. You know, uh, it could go from anywhere to a situation where you trip over your feet and you find money on the street, or you trip over your feet and you hurt your feet. But in any case, something unexpected happens that makes you see something else. And it's that clue for those of you to whom it occurs. It's that clue that is a message. Look around, see what happens, see where it brings you, see what it, in the near vicinity, what it causes you to see, or what it makes you think about. If you fall on your face and you see a color on the ground, what does it make you think about? That is what I mean. That type of pothole. Now, but there's something else that has to do with those around you, and I'm getting the message that you need to sort of, put your boundaries up a little bit and not take don't take heed of what people are telling you, and if they're criticizing you, just don't even think about it. Just today is a day, and the upcoming days is a moment where you have to take criticism very lightly, very lightly, and you have your own agenda. I mean, you have your road to walk on, and what's interesting about it is that it's not that you're on a mission. You don't feel like you're on a mission, but what you do feel is that you have something to do. It seems not menial tasks, but you do have something to take care of, and you have almost written it down. It's like writing down the things that you have to purchase at a supermarket, and you have that clear in your mind. But, of course, your environment around you these days will try to distract you. Look, see, take stock, but don't be distracted. I'm going to go to this, the crystal. The crystal. It's very interesting that you're trying to it seems to me that you're trying to get something done. You want to accomplish something. Just like I said, you have written it down. But it seems to me that that there are forces around you that want to, like I said, distract you. They want to distract you. You have clarity in your eyes. You have a one straight path, and that is undoubtedly the case. And you know, I think that the suggestion here is just to beware that there are others trying to distract you, and that try not to, you know, fall prey to those distractions. And let me see if I can get another look at the, I'll change the lighting. Yeah, this looks like it suits me a bit more. Now, as we progress into both the day today, which is a Friday, and into Saturday and Sunday, you start having other people around you, not that are trying to distract you. Okay, you sort of, you know, today is where you feel those distractions more. But as Saturday and Sunday comes, you're gravitating toward like-minded people, and it seems that you more come into your own in terms of, you know, bringing your problems into the background and into the foreground, bringing up your interests. And you're very, you know, it's a day for being grounded. You're feeling grounded, and you're concentrating on being grounded. And each step of the way, it's you know, contrary to a bit of the days before this, these days you are more in the moment. You know, you feel that every step of the way. You feel every step of the way. You feel as though you are accompanying your desires, accompanying your dreams, accompanying your thoughts, and every thought will bring you another step. Okay, that I hope that makes sense. And it seems that these coming up days, these following today, tomorrow, the next day, the weekend in general, seems a period that will be a bridge to another period. It's a bridge, of course, you know, because it comes before another period. But what I mean is that it's going to be an important bridge, as if you're going from somewhere today to someplace. As I said, you know, you have an objective. And it's not the kind of objective where it's, you know, an archer, that an archer has that, you know, the bow and then lets it go. No, it's a slower movement, but the trajectory is the same. The trajectory is very straight and very, very concentrated. No, and it's as if that you're planning, even from days past, you want to seemingly get the work done because you're planning a celebration. You do want to be in a moment of celebration a few days on. You want to be able to celebrate something done, a job well done, a something that has come to term, you know, a paper written, or you know, the last chapter of a page, the last page of a chapter written, or something. And you know, what I'm getting here is that you want these 3 days, these upcoming days, to act as something that can link this period, the previous period, to the future period in a manner which is more seamless than in your recent past, because you want, you know, it seems to me that foremost in our minds these days, today, tomorrow, the next day, is a reaching a sort of equilibrium, regardless of the difficulties, regardless of the depressed state that we may have, regardless of the innumerable difficulties that we may have. Your basic objective is to, you know, reach a sort of, you know, equilibrium that you could live with, because you have things to do. You feel that you have things to do. You have a contribution to make, okay? And it's almost as if you know, for many of us, many of you out there, all of us, you know, many, it's as if you have created that contribution from nowhere in order for it to cover up a more difficult time. But then there are those of you, of us, who are truly believe that there is a contribution. So it is in earnest, you know, you're carrying it out in earnest. In any case, it is a purpose, which is interesting. It's a purpose that you're feeling. To take the citrine that I just love. It's probably my favorite. Citrine. You have you feel like you have a support system, not very close knit support system, but you have created a support system. I'm going to say it's a business-like support system. Really, not truly friends. They're acquaintances that you can turn to. You know that in some respects you are like-minded, but they are not true friends. You'll be spending time with them this weekend, and that's a good thing, because it'll be a temporary distraction. And when you get to the end, it's not going to be the end, it'll be the beginning, really. But when you come to that moment when you want to celebrate, you know, what I'm seeing here is that there's going to be another more important goal that you have to establish, that you intend to establish for yourself. It's as if you have, for many of us subconsciously, but for most consciously, set out saying a sort of plan that within, you know, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 7 months, within the near future, by year's end, you want to bring yourself to a position where you can speak your mind. You can show your true colors. You can not be embarrassed about what you are, who you are, where you've gone, where you've been, and where you're going. You know, it seems that what is done starting around this new moon, the 8th, and moving into, you know, the rest of February. February is a challenge for all of us. It's a very, very difficult month. It's a challenge, you know, and the idea that I'm seeing here is that most of what I'm seeing, most of you have made long-term, like I said, some subconsciously, but they're long-term, because what is coming down in the next 3 days is just one part of a longer, it's one piece of a bigger puzzle. Interesting, this. And the plans are that, you know, further on down the line, I'm going to come into my own. I'm going to know who I am. Me, myself, and we'll get to know each other. And then maybe I can contribute somewhere, something. Perhaps I can exchange, give of myself in a different way. You know, it's sort of a reflexive idea. You're doing this because you want a return from you to yourself. It's interesting that. The citrines are fantastic. The citrines are just a great vibrational rate. They are fantastic. I'm going to leave it at that, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope that this has helped in some way. I'll be getting the weeklies up in these 2 days. And stay tuned. Namaste, my friends. It was a pleasure.